right, I said the surgeon is in. Ain't no side effect, but cricking your neck from bobbing your head. You know the surgeon is in. The surgeon is in. That's right, I said the surgeon is in. Ain't no side effect, but crooking the neck from bobbing your head. You know the surgeon is in. Oh, this gonna take some serious surgery here. Where my tools at? Where my lights at? You got a disease, I'm astounded. You say you need a cure, I found it. So let the healing begin. Don't call me in the morning, just come on in. You're gonna need anesthesia. Take it in, let it out, slow it to please ya. While I kick it on the microphone, we gonna party all night till break of dawn. Hot damn.
Hey man, tis Fats from Heat Builders. Brand new show. Now it's crazy out there. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. And most of all, enjoy.
A judge that day will sign an order saying, hey, you have 15 minutes to get your stuff out, and will hand that order to a police officer, and the police officer will come to your work, come to your job, or come to wherever you are and find you and escort you to that house so that you have 15 minutes to gather your stuff, and now you're in a hotel. And the court, in that court orders, there's going to be a court date that might be 3 weeks away, 4 weeks away, 6 weeks away. And you have to be out of your house for those 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, living in a motel or living at your brother's until you can go to court. Now, once you go to court, it's going to come out, hopefully, that you didn't hit her and that it was all basically made up. Now, when the judge realizes that it's made up, what is the judge going to do? The judge is going to say, oh, okay, well, I'm glad nothing happened and I'm going to dismiss this and you can go home now. You're going to be like, listen, I just spent all this money at a hotel. I had to get all of my stuff. It's super inconvenient traveling from work to my friend's house or living with my brother. There's going to be no consequences to the woman for making this up? Not one. Not one. So this situation could be very volatile if there was this moratorium on evictions where both of them would have had to stay in the house, and also if there was any type of allegation of family violence, because not only would he have been kicked out, but he still would have been ordered to maintain the payments on the residence, right? So you really need to worry about this type of situation. But those are just some little nuggets that I saw that I wanted to mention. Here's the thing about this too. The guy said, she asked him, she said, well, why did you get this DNA? No, I had some doubts, right? And I want to congratulate him on getting the DNA test. You know, the DNA tests in this country are not mandatory. In a lot of countries, especially in Europe, DNA tests are actually illegal. I think in France, it's illegal. Easily spent tens of thousands of dollars, not only on a child that's not yours, but also on a woman who has been defrauding you the whole time. So this is a terrible situation. This is one of the absolute worst situations that any father could be in, to actually be supporting a child that is not yours and you not know. If you know this child is not yours and you want to support the child, I take my hat off to you. There's no problem with that. There are a lot of children in foster homes, a lot of children in orphanages that need help, a lot of children in other countries that need help. And if you know, hey, this child in Africa is not mine, right? But I want to adopt a child, the lead attorney has no problem with that at all. I think you're an angel for doing that. The devil part of it is when you're supporting a child and you don't have the option. You were not told whether or not this child is yours. You were defrauded. You were thinking you're doing something for your child and you're not, because it's not your child. And that to me is one of the biggest sins that you can commit against a man. What's the solution to this, right? What's the solution? The solution, of course, would be to get a DNA test, right? A DNA test would have solved all of this. If he would have said at the beginning, once this child was born, hey, give me this DNA test. Lead attorney here. Hope you guys are doing well.
Alright guys, y'all looking at the thumbnail, y'all looking at the title of the video, y'all already know what time it is. It is time to get active.
The only thing that one could do, really, was to try to stay out of the line of fire. I started to be able to observe, and I could start to see when she was about to head into a situation where she was going to get riled up, and somebody was going to get it. Generally, it was me.
Mr. Depp, you mentioned that your mother could be cruel. How could she be cruel?
Well, the various categories, I suppose, there's physical violence, of course, there's physical abuse, to which she was, that was a constant. That was just a constant, you know. We were all somewhat shell-shocked, you know. Even if she just walked past us, you'd sort of shield yourself because you didn't know what was going to happen. Excuse me. And so there was the physical abuse, which was a constant. There was quite a lot of verbal abuse. There was quite a lot of name calling, bullying. You know, making fun of whatever defect, you know, one might have. You know, if my brother wore glasses, so of course he was four eyes, and his teeth were messed up in the front, so he was buck-toothed as well. My sister Christy, which this is such a hideous psychological play. My father's parents were quite refined. My mother comes from Eastern Kentucky, which is where you grow up in shacks and hollers, you know. And my mother despised my father's parents, and my grandmother's name was Violet, and every now and again you would hear my mother just scream across the house, "Come here, Violet, get in here, Violet." And Christy, my sister, knew very well that was a deep cut, psychologically, emotionally, but we had to take it. I mean, you just had to take the pain. I was born with a very strange, it was a very rare thing in my eye, as the back of the lens is spherical. Normally is spherical, so this eye isn't normal. This eye, I was born with a more conical lens, so my brain never learned to see out of my left eye, and they noticed when I was about 3, 4 that I had a lazy eye.
But notice what he said. He said it had reached a worldwide stage where it was fact. This is what happens when you get #BelieveAllWomen. You get men that are guilty until proven innocent. Is that the way that it's supposed to work? Because you're guilty in the eyes of the public perception. You are guilty if you get accused of something like that, because why would she lie? Why would she have bruises? Why would she just make all that up? And it ruined this man's career.